Hello from Austria to Richmond, Virginia, to Jason Gardy and his students in the Leadership and Change in the Networked Society course. My name is Christian Fuchs. I'm from Austria. I know that my family name Fuchs is a little bit hard to pronounce for Americans, but it's maybe easier to remember when you know that Fuchs means fox in German. So translated into English, my name is Chris Fox actually. I appreciate very much that you have been reading my book Internet and Society, that you have been discussing it in class, and that you have asked questions per YouTube video to me, and I want to take this opportunity to respond to you and maybe to bring up some new questions. So let me answer step by step. The first question was asked by Monica, and she was asking how it could be done, which institutional reforms would be needed for strengthening the marginalized voices on the Web 2.0. So I think if we start with an analysis, then it's very clear that in the internet, dominant voices by dominant actors such as political groups that are in power or major corporations, they really have a say and they are recognized in the web, whereas normal citizens or marginalized groups and individuals are not that much recognized in the in the online public sphere. And Herbert Marcuse, the critical theorist who worked back in the 60s and 70s, called this repressive tolerance. So what Marcuse means by repressive tolerance is that some voices that might have important things to say are not heard because they don't have political and corporate power, and this is related to the capitalist character of our contemporary society. So it's very interesting to read this article, which has the title Repressive Tolerance by Marcuse. So although it's from the year 1969, it also has to tell us something for the year 2010, and especially for the online world. Because if you consider, for example, dominant mass media actors such as in the US, CNN or the New York Times or Vox TV, then an interesting phenomena is that they are also very present and have very much attention in the online sphere. So I've taken a look at statistics for today. So for example, CNN.com in the United States, it's ranked number 18 concerning the most accessed websites. On the whole world, it's ranked number 58. The New York Times, it's ranked number 24 in the US and number 93 in the world. And Vox.com, the website of Murdoch's Vox Television, is ranked number 398 in the world. Now, of course, we also have online alternative media that I consider very important. The two most well-known, also in the US, but also throughout the world, are Indie Media and alternate.org. And if you take a look at the rankings for these two sites, then you will see that Indie Media is ranked at number 4032 for the whole world, 4032 concerning the most accessed websites, and alternate is ranked at number 6586. So this is exactly how repressive tolerance works. Those actors who have economic power or political power, such as CNN, the New York Times, or the website of the Republican Party, and so on, and so on, they are also very dominant in the online sphere, and so the institutional reforms that should be taken, in my view, are that we should try to strengthen alternative media so that we can see a pluralization of the public sphere and alternative counter-public spheres emerge and being strengthened. And how could it be done? I think a major problem is the lack of funds, money, attention, and so on that is directed towards alternative media, and it could be especially also online alternative media such as indie media, Alternet, and so on. And it could be resolved by directing public funds for the establishment and the operation of alternative media. So I think it's a task for strengthening the plurality of democracy and the number of voices that are actually recognized. That's special funding, public funding is giving to these alternative media. So I think alternative media and alternative online media is very important here. And they could, of course, channel these funds, for example, for making use of more advertising, so that it become more well known, because it's much easier for the New York Times, CNN, and so on to get the word out that they have a website, whereas indie media and so on and other alternative online media are relatively unknown. So this is the problem of how to strengthen alternative media and alternative online media. There's a paper by me that I've written together with my colleague Marisol Sandoval. The paper's title is Alternative Media as Critical Media. It was published in the journal Telematics and Informatics recently in a special issue on community and alternative media. And if you're interested in these topics, you might want to take a look at this paper. The second question was asked by Rina, and she was asking how will technology actually support these reforms. And I think the internet can really greatly advance alternative online media. Why? Because there are differences between how alternative media work in the online and in the offline world. It's, for example, much cheaper to produce an online medium online than it's to produce it offline. Because if you think, for example, of a printed journal, of a printed alternative journal such as Mother Jones or Adbusters magazine in the US and so on, then it's very expensive to print these journals and to distribute them and so on. And normally alternative media have a lack of financial resources, which poses problems for them. But producing a website online is relatively cheap and easy. So this is how the internet can support alternative online media. Another advantage of online alternative publishing is that it's in a relative instant and fast way of publishing articles. You also don't have a limit on the number of articles that you can publish, on the length of articles, and it can be immediately made available to the public. And another advantage is that on such media, each consumer of information can also become a producer of information. So alternative online media are also connected to the idea of citizen journalism, which is a very participatory form of journalism. So each citizen can become a journalist. So the Web 2.0 changes our whole idea of what a journalist is, because